Henry Everston, male, late 40s, slightly overweight, balding at the crown of his head, previously married to one Elizabeth Caswell for 11 years. One son, aged 10, and one daughter, aged 9. Time of death was declared at 4:30 in the afternoon last Wednesday. Oh, hello there, Watson. I thought I told you could take the day off. Make some tea if you like, and feel free to take a seat. I think I'm more capable of doing this on my own. Let's see, the method of death was 2 gunshot wounds to the back of the head, 4 bullets. Wait, no, 2 bullets penetrated directly into the victim's cranial cavity, which invoked an instant fatality. From the appearance, the bullets were previously housed and fired from a Smith & Wesson Model 3. 44 American caliber. Strange. The place of death was the victim's own back garden. It's quite a large estate with several spots that away from the house, but apparently Henry was throwing a small party at the time. So, party. Plenty of witnesses. So why didn't nobody see it? Numerous people reported hearing the shot, or shots being fired. Even the neighbors in the next few streets contacted police about the mysterious bangs. What's more interesting is that most of these reports show that 7 to 8 shots were actually fired, despite only 2 making their way into the back of Mr. Everston's head. I was able to acquire some of the reports from Lestrade for further study, which actually revealed that the shots were fired in quick succession, one after the other, without any breaks, gaps, or pauses. No pauses. Watson, how many bullets can a Smith & Wesson Model 3... Oh, that's right, weren't you? You're in the British Army, of course. Not the American one. Slinging broken bones rather than bullets. Let's see, let me think. Nope, it's gone. I need something to jog my memory. Opium! No, not in front of you, Watson. Well, Miss Caswell has informed the Scotland Yard that both of her children went missing just before Henry's death. However, they returned to their mother shortly afterwards. Now, I'm not completely sure if we can count this as suspicious, or children simply playing games and coming home after hearing the gunshots, but for the time being, I have very little evidence to suggest otherwise. The only other possible subjects are Henry's best friend David, who was actually in a relationship with Mrs. Caswell at the time. Anyway, before she married Henry, of course. And William, Henry's brother, who just returned back from a lengthy business trip. A place called Greenville, according to him, wherever that is. The motivation is pretty standard for a case such as this, except for David's, which is a tad mundane. It's clear that he's jealous of Henry for marrying his former lover, and it's likely held some sort of resentment towards Elizabeth. She even cared to mention that David had been repeatedly abusing her. He even pointed out that a loaded gun at her once. I might have doubted this at first when I saw the various marks and scars on Elizabeth's body. It's clear that they were quite old and showed some age, so they can't have been caused by Henry, meaning David was the likeliest attacker. William's motivation, on the other hand, is far more entertaining. Although unclear, I have uncovered that the 2 brothers actually used to do some travelling together. Nothing too adventurous, walking around the countryside, eating sandwiches, and stopping by for a little bit of armed robbery. The 2 men actually built up quite a reputation over the years, but like all good things, it came to an end. Henry ended up in His Majesty's care, and apparently he confessed to acting alone, which of course is unlikely, based on the number of banks they hit. Possibly one of the brothers' schemes. But the court were just too eager to put Henry away, so William went off scot-free. That part was probably Henry's plan. Although, while Henry was locked away, William seemed to be lying low for the time being. I imagine that the police are still unaware of his past exploits with Henry, but that does explain why such a man such as himself would suddenly leave Britain. A new country, a new man, no past sins. I wonder why he came back. Guilt or fear? I'm sure Henry wasn't too pleased about William leaving him to rot in a cell for a decade, but Elizabeth did describe him as a man who never did hold a grudge. So, did Henry really forgive his brother for leaving him? Had William just soaked himself in paranoia for years on end? Families are such complicated things, wouldn't you agree, Watson? Now, a gun with an empty cylinder was found in the son's bedroom, although the poor boy of 10 denies any recollection of how it got there. Was it possibly planted by someone to frame him? Who would want to frame a 10-year-old boy? Although I did find it slightly odd that the boy showed very little despair towards his father's death, unlike his younger sister, who I could barely get a word out of. This was our only lead for a short while until one of Lestrade's sniffer dogs found a gun in the garden where the murder took place. It's an exact duplicate of the gun found on the house, but what was it doing in the garden? It was placed under some uneven rocks. There were only 4 shells left in the chamber, and it's obvious someone didn't want us to find it. Not only this, but Elizabeth's daughter apparently caught David snooping around in the back garden the day after the incident, although his excuse was that he was just looking for Elizabeth, probably hoping to comfort her in her time of need. How fortunate for him. A few more days after the victim's death, Elizabeth made an effort to inform me that she had discovered a series of holes in the garden fence. And upon further inspection found that these mysterious holes had been caused by a gunshot. In fact, it was made slight gunpowder burns surrounding the holes, which would explain definitely gunshots. Now, they match the size and caliber of bullets for a .44 Smith & Wesson, so might have a lead there. I do suppose, Watson, that the recoil on that particular pistol was pretty strong, wouldn't you agree? Watson? Watson! Pay attention, we're getting into the good bit. This is where it all comes together. In order to maintain such a steady hand and get such an accurate shot with a pistol with that recoil must be pretty impressive for a 10-year-old. Now, we have 3 suspects, 4 if you count the daughter, 2 guns, a series of holes in the garden fence, and 4 unused bullets. But what doesn't add up is that the bullet holes are found in the fence of the left side of the garden, whilst the body was found on the right. There are no exit wounds in the body, so the bullets are definitely still inside him. What else have we got here? That seems to be everything, so I hope you're paying attention. Have you got it yet? I think I have. Why don't you get, what's-her-face to make you some tea? That might jog your memory a bit.